we're fortunate to have several options and clinical trials available for this disease, but in general, one size does not fit all. Ibrutinib was FDA approved in 2013, acalabrutinib in 2017, and zanubrutinib in 2019, all in the relapsed refractory setting for mantle cell lymphoma. This has been a crescendo of development as a balancing act between efficacy and toxicity, particularly due to the off-target effects of BTK inhibitors. The most common toxicities would be diarrhea, skin rash, cytopenias, hypertension, atrial fibrillation, and bleeding, which seem to be driven by inhibition of other enzymes like TEC and EGFR, hence the search for novel BTK inhibitors that can, in theory, be more specific against BTK. There are multiple variables that can help us make decisions when it comes to BTK inhibitors, including age, comorbidities, performance status, dosing, once per day versus twice per day, and concomitant medications like proton pump inhibitors and anticoagulants. At this juncture, I have to mention that we do not have a finalized head-to-head comparison in mantle cell lymphoma between BTK inhibitors. Hence, we're unable to say that one is better than the other in mantle cell lymphoma at this point. NCCN guidelines also mentions other options in the relapsed refractory setting, like venetoclax, lenalidomide, bortezomib-based therapies. And it is certainly a good problem to have when it comes to having so many options available for patients with mantle cell lymphoma in the relapsed refractory setting. KTE-X19, as we have discussed, evaluated patients with mantle cell lymphoma in the SUMA-2 trial published in New England Journal of Medicine in April 2020, leading to the approval that occurred in July 2020. And this is for mantle cell lymphoma that is relapsed and refractory. Slightly different than the inclusion-exclusion criteria that actually was used for the SUMA-2 trial. The SUMA-2 trial, as we said, evaluated patients with 1 up to 5 prior lines of therapy. They needed to have received chemotherapy, a monoclonal antibody, and also a BTK inhibitor. And this particular verbiage, the latter verbiage, is not mentioned in the label after the FDA approval. The Transcend NHL 001 trial evaluated lysocell or lysocaptagene maraleucel, and it included patients with relapsed or refractory mantle cell lymphoma, and data was presented during ASH in 2019. All in all, we're all excited about CAR T-cell evaluation in lymphomas, agnostic of the particular construct evaluated, including KTE-X19 and lysocell, as they're all displaying exciting results.